Writing is the most cognitively demanding skill that we ask of students. Reading is hard. You have to make sense of other people's ideas, decipher them, interpret them, but it's other people's ideas. Writing, it's from our own brain. It's our own ideas, in our own language, in our own voice, and it's complicated. Think about everything that it takes to write in the traditional sense. You have to hold a pencil or a pen in your hand with just the right grip, not too high, not too low. Press it to the paper with just the right amount of pressure. You need to form a series of lines and curves and know that they go together to form letters. And the letters go together to form words, and the words go together to form sentences. The sentences go together to form paragraphs, and the paragraphs go together to form an essay or a letter or a story or a speech. And you need to have a beginning and a middle and an end. You need to have transitions that help those ideas flow from one to another. And you need to have varied sentence structure, varied sentence length. You need to know that sentences begin with a capital letter, it ends in punctuation, and sometimes there's punctuation in the middle. You need to have good ideas, original ideas. And you need to have the vocabulary to express those ideas with precision and in a way that engages your audience. And you have to do it all alone, holding the pencil to the paper, forming those letters one by one. It's complicated. And do you know what happens most often when students write in school? Research indicates that teachers rarely give feedback, and when they do, it's brief and focused on surface-level features like spelling, grammar, punctuation. But it's not just grammar and punctuation on that paper. That's someone's mind, their ideas, their heart. It's probably their best effort. It could be their history, their future, their dreams. So why are we so focused on surface-level features? There's not a single time in your life where you've read something, set it down, and reflected, the punctuation in that story was amazing. That declarative sentence, it moved me. That's not what we walk away with. It's not what we read. We read for the story, we read for learning, we read for the ideas, we read to open our minds, and it should be why we write. It should be why we teach writing. In a meta-analysis that I conducted with colleagues at Vanderbilt University, we found that expert feedback on writing resulted in strong positive effects on student writing. Yet study after study indicates that teachers spend fewer than 3 minutes, less than once a week, giving feedback. I observed exactly the same thing in hundreds of classroom observations that I've conducted. So I asked teachers, what stood in the way of giving rich, expert feedback on student writing? And they told me, you won't be surprised. It's time. It's faster and easier to give feedback on spelling and comma usage than on content, organization, and ideation. So I set out to make it easier for teachers to give feedback on what really matters, the clear communication of ideas. I conducted 2 studies with teachers in which I taught them to use an iPad app to give asynchronous audio feedback. It's just another way of saying we recorded them talking. Okay? Here's how it worked. Using the app, they took a picture of each page of the student writing. They used the markup tools inside the app to give written feedback as is traditional. But I also taught them to record themselves talking through the writing. They used a checklist so that they would give systematic feedback on the things that really matter: content, organization, structure, ideation, logic, overall quality of writing. In doing this, teachers were able to give systematic, individualized feedback focused on the content to multiple students at the same time and still remain free in the classroom to have two-way conversations with those students who really need the live interaction. Teachers indicated that they felt like they were doing a better job of teaching writing, that they felt a little freer in their classrooms. Students really liked that they were getting so many details from their teacher in their feedback, that they could listen to it privately through their headphones, and also that they could play, pause, rewind as often as needed to revise their work in the moment. Prior to the intervention, students made few or no revisions to their work. After the intervention, they made many substantive revisions. But most importantly, overall writing quality improved. The aim of teaching children to write must move beyond grammar, spelling, and punctuation. It's the ideas that we must cultivate, because it's through writing that we express ourselves. It's through writing that we make ourselves known. It's how we make society deal with our ideas. It's how we get into college, how we get a job, get customer service, seek justice, and insist that we're represented. Writing matters. Thank you.